Are they both recording? Forgiving someone that isn't sorry. This is probably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. Probably you as well. I think the thing to understand firstly is this video is more for you than it is for whoever you need to forgive. See, I've got this really weird metaphor for forgiveness that genuinely helps me a lot. It's almost like you've got your own planet, right? And you've brought this person onto your planet. And regardless of the fact that they're toxic on your planet, like your planet is ripping to shreds because you're holding on to every single thing this person's done. Forgiving that person is like taking them off your planet and being free. Like when you haven't forgiven someone, they're still in your world. Whether that be emotionally or physically or within your mental space, they are still in your world. You're putting in so much of your energy and your effort trying to hold on to what this person's done. It may seem effortless, but it's taken a lot out of you. You can't move on. You can't move forward with your life. Not forgiving them is almost choosing to spend more time thinking about them. And I know that sounds difficult because one of the things that comes with not forgiving is actually someone paying a price for something that they've actually done. So you have the ideology of, well, they've messed up, they've done this, they've done wrong. Why should I be the one working towards forgiving them? Because it releases you. Before anyone, it releases you. The next part to forgiving someone who isn't sorry is accepting that they're not sorry. It's probably one of the hardest things to do because what we don't fully comprehend a lot of times when we don't forgive someone, it's because they haven't paid their price yet. Everything comes with a price, everything in life. When you've done wrong, there's a price. The price might just be a sorry. For some of you in relationships, it might be getting your girl some flowers and going to see her and, do you know what I'm saying, bringing her some food or whatever. For those blessed with parents, it might be a situation where you're apologizing, you've got to go wash the dishes, etc., etc., etc. You got to pay a price, whatever that price may be. And I think one of the most difficult things when you have to forgive someone that isn't sorry is no one's paid the price. No one's risked it, or no one's taken the opportunity to make sure that you're okay throughout this situation and guide you through it. You're by yourself. And that person is not going to pay the price. But then you got to ask yourself, how much is your freedom worth? Because if I was to say to you right now, yo, the person that you haven't forgiven, you need them for you to be free, you tell me, no, I don't need them for nothing. But you're not free without them. But even that small amount of time that this is stuck on your head and it's burning you, it's taken away from the you time. Now, one thing I want to get out of the way that I think is very important, that forgiving and forgetting are two different things. We all have scenarios that we cannot forget. Forgiving someone does not mean you have to forget. There's a difference between forgiveness and trust. You can forgive someone without giving them the opportunity to mess up again. The importance behind forgiveness is more letting go of the resent and the hate that you have for whoever the person is. It's freeing yourself. It's not because the other person deserves it, it's because you deserve to be free. You can forgive someone without trusting them to mess up again. I think one of the most difficult questions is, how do you forgive someone that isn't sorry? I think the first thing you have to do is come to terms with what they've done. Something that I always used to do growing up was I'd ask myself intentions. Sometimes people do wrong things without necessarily having the intentions, and asking myself, you know, we're all quick to use our own logic as to why someone would do something and be like, well, I wouldn't do that. To basically claim that what they've done is extremely wrong. I wouldn't do something like that. The only reason I would do something like that is if I hated someone. Or the only reason I'd do what they did is if I thought that person was a dickhead or a waste man or whatever. It's to try and come to terms with how that person thinks. Like, they've done you wrong, but then you question, was that their intention? It's a very important question to ask. As bad as whatever their action is, did they intend to hurt you in the way they've hurt you? They may have intended to do the action, but did they intend to hurt you? And obviously that, you know, it varies from subject to subject, from situation to situation. Of course, you have situations where that was fully their intention. But the first thing to do is to come to terms with whatever the situation is, try and understand the situation from whatever side, and understand your flaws as much as theirs within the problem. This part is very important. Forgiving someone does not mean passing the blame onto yourself. You can forgive someone and still accept that they've done you wrong. You can forgive someone and still accept the fact that you don't want to give them another opportunity to do what they've done again. Forgiving someone does not, and I repeat, does not mean passing the blame to yourself. Forgiving someone is not denying that someone has done you wrong. It's accepting that they've done you wrong. And accepting that you are more important than their actions. Your well-being is bigger than whatever intentions they had. And I understand and fully accept it sounds so easy from me sitting down talking, and it's something that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say this is an overnight thing. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say this is one of them videos where you watch it, you get motivated and you're going to forgive everyone right now, tonight. It's not that. My biggest hope and my biggest prayer is that this is the start of your journey, not the end of it.